I kind of look at violence in entertainment and in popular culture, and I kind of wonder if we've become desensitized too much to certain things after a certain point now. Have you guys thought about that at all in terms of theater and in terms of film and what you've been absorbing over the last few years?
Well, I think that this play is such a cry from the heart. And I think all culture presupposes that what cry from one heart will set off a cry in another heart. It will set off a cry in another heart. And I think that that's what we're doing with the music in this play. We're opening it up and yelling out from the heart. And so I think that what you feel is not, I think you open up the floodgates of another person's emotion when you sing from the soul that way, as we are in our play. So I don't think we're in any danger of desensitizing people to the issue. I think we're really making it immediate and alive. Yeah. What it is to be abused and have your father shut the door on you and throw you out into the world. You know?
And then you'll be laughing. Sorry to cut you off, but you'll be laughing the next minute because there's a funny kind of thing where it's like you're like, ironic wait a minute, I still have tears streaming on my face and I'm laughing my ass off. Like, what's wrong with this picture? You know, like. But that's kind of like the I don't know how it worked out, but that's that. My music's always been like that. It's very like up down kind of thing, and everything I've done, and somehow it, you know, with Stephen's lyrics and the whole show, Diane's production, it's kind of got this flow where it's just like really interesting dynamics of emotions, and I didn't feel that until we started like, oh my God, like we're actually doing this and coming to Cambridge and working it with the actors and the sound and production and the band. You know, the band's amazing.
Amazing. All local musicians too. Really
great. Like huge difference, of course, than rehearsing on piano or whatever. But
and we are really doing something unprecedented here, where Amnesty is really, it's unprecedented for Amnesty. We are full partners in this production, and we're really, in my first conversation at that restaurant with Serj, I said to him, just in describing the character, it might have been the first time I ever voiced it. I just said, in some sense, Prometheus is like the world's first prisoner of conscience. And Serj said to me, I didn't know that he had done a lot of work with Amnesty. I knew he had done activist work, but I didn't know, he had done work with Amnesty. And then over time, we just began this conversation with Amnesty of how they could get involved. And now each performance is dedicated to another prisoner of conscience around the world. We sign postcards. We really try to awaken the audience to this issue.
Yeah, I mean, it's a realization that art is a freedom of speech, because, without the expressions of art, you can't talk about politics. You can't talk about anything. Like, if you can't express yourself as an artist, it's equal to lack of freedom of speech.
Oh, for sure.
So it was a huge thing, and having them on board has been amazing, and that tie-in to actually making a difference. Like, every night that you have a show, you're not just performing a show and hopefully putting an impression upon people and moving them, but also connecting them to a form of activism that hopefully will make some type of positive difference. I think that's huge.
Once a tyrant took Olympus and named himself the god of gods. So cruel in his demands, he threw us to the dogs. Was there room for love in hell?